many commuters were stranded at various bus stops as fuel queues resurfaced in parts of the state. Queues comprising private and commercial vehicles filled fuel stations in many parts of the state, spilling into main roads. In the meantime, the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has appealed to Nigerians not to engage in panic buying of petrol, saying it has enough in stock. The Chief Executive Officer, NMDPRA, Farouk Ahmed, said he had checked with the Major Oil Marketers Association of Nigeria and Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited on the level of fuel stock and confirmed they had sufficient stock. Long queues of vehicles have resurfaced at fuel stations in AKURE, the Ondo State capital, as motorists embarked on panic buying. Some fuel stations are now selling petrol between 190 and 270 naira per litre. Ayode Moradeo reports.
Fuel scarcity became noticeable in Akure on Monday when motorists formed long queues at different filling stations. The situation has degenerated as most independent marketers do not have the product. This filling station along Oda Road in Akure is one of the few stations dispersing the product to buyers. This explains why the queue is long and motorists are struggling to get petrol. No cogent reason has been given for this latest scarcity, but many are lamenting over non-availability of the product.
Since 7 a.m. and this first scarcity of a thing just sudden, without notice, nobody know anything about this. We just face it suddenly. That they're supposed to be going to their working place now. They are at a fleet station right now.
The level of suffering being experienced by inhabitants of Akure is, in fact, it's so sardonic because I see no reason why the whole filling station in this metropolis decided to shut down. And it's not as if they are not having fuel. They are speculating perhaps there's going to be an increase in fuel. I wouldn't know.
The situation was the same at other filling stations as residents struggled to get the product. They urged the federal government to address the situation before it gets out of hand.
We want federal government to help us so that the fuel should be surplus again as before, so that people can go and easily to buy what they want to buy and go. Because now people are fighting for fuel now, there's no fuel anywhere.
As a matter of fact, I have some frozen item, fishes that cost over 100,000 that I procure inside my generator that because there's no fuel, there is no light. I had at Alagbaka GRO extension, I have to rush down since morning to start to be on queue.
There is no sign yet when this latest scarcity will be over, as petrol is now being sold between 190 and 270 naira per litre. Ayode Moradeo, TVC News, Akure.
Now to preparation towards the 2023 elections. Nigeria's election management body says it is reviewing the rules of engagement and codes of conduct for security agencies. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu disclosed this at the opening of a two-day retreat for the House Committee on Army Security Agencies and the Civil Society Community. National Assembly correspondent Jokia Disa reports.
About 112 days to the conduct of the 2023 general election in Nigeria, and efforts have been intensified by all leading actors to ensure a itch-free exercise.
Talking of the role of security agencies.
One of such efforts is this two-day retreat to develop the capacity of security agencies, politicians, and the civil society community. The role of security agencies and inter-agency collaboration in the electoral process is up for discussion as representatives of all security agencies and others settle to business. In his keynote address, INEC Chairman here represented commends the security agencies for their collaborations in past elections. He says the Commission is reviewing the contract between it and the security agencies under the Interconsultative Committee on Election Security, ICES.
There are rules of engagement and there are rules for code of conduct for each services. As we speak, those rules and of engagement and code of conduct are being reviewed. And in the next 1 to 3 weeks, they will be brought out for the security agencies and Nigerians to know.
Others here speak to the need for security agencies to be professional in their conduct before, during, and after the elections.
With about 4 months to the next general elections, there is need for proactive measures to ensure that the entire country is secure for election to hold nationwide.
Training is very important to bring synergy, amongst the security personnel and then between INEC and the security personnel, because they need to understand the rules of the game.
The security personnel, to do the right thing, they also need to know the electoral offenses. If you don't know the offenses, then you may not be able to cover it very well. So it is important that this retreat holds, so that both politicians, security men should know their job. Nigerians should be able to cast their votes and let the vote be counted.
Trainings such as these will become more frequent in weeks ahead in the build-up to the 2023 general election among critical stakeholders in the electoral process. Nigerians can only hope that the forthcoming election will be the best the nation will conduct. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
The presidential bid of the candidates of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has received a major boost in Taraba State as various support groups are to commence grassroots mobilization ahead of the 2023 polls. The groups under the banner of Friends of Jagaban promised to mobilize 60% votes for APC's Asiwaju Bola Tinubu in the forthcoming presidential election. Correspondent Ola Biadenusi filed in this report.
Millions of youths from northern Nigeria are now mobilizing support for Bola Ahmed Tinubu presidential ambition ahead of the 2023 general election. That this is a time for the North to pay back based on the prominent role the ASU politician played in the formation of APC and the emergence of President Muhammadu Buhari as a party candidate for 2 consecutive times. At this press conference in Jalingo are members of the Friends of Jagaban Initiative 4G with political structures across the 16 local government areas of the state. Speaking on behalf of the group, Umar Dorofi says they have begun house-to-house campaign across the 3 senatorial districts in the state. This is to ensure that Tinubu Shetima's ticket gets 50 to 60% of the vote in Taraba State during the presidential election.
Jagaban should not have sleeplessness. At least we should give him 50 to 60% of his vote. Supported by Buhari throughout the 8 years for 7.5 years, and we definitely wholeheartedly, wholesomely support Jagaban to win the election.
The group also commended the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari for various projects initiated in Taraba.
Taraba have enjoyed the goodwill of the APC administration in several socio-political and infrastructure, giving a presidential pardon to our very illustrious son, Governor Jody Nyame.
The state secretary of the group, Mahmoud Lamo, appealed to the Presidential Council of the APC to include the first chairman of the party in Taraba and the former envoy to Trinidad and Tobago Ambassador Ado Jiko as member of the committee.
Abo has not helped him, and that is why we want people like Abo to be in this ministry and to see.
4G is currently using its structures at the international and local levels to identify problems and provide workable solution to ensure success of the party across board in the 2023 general election.